Hi, I'm Bill Donahue, president of the Catholic League. I recently made an address about the Oxford Union and the way they lied to me. And now we've got another development, people. It's really quite something. Let me just bring you up to date. First, let's start with what I previously discussed. That is to say, in December, I received an invitation to speak as part of a debate on the Catholic Church at the Oxford Union in February. I was given 3 dates in January, 3 dates in February. I chose the 21st of February. They said, how about the 28th? And I said, fine. So we locked it in, or so we thought. Then we find out in the beginning of January that they've decided to invite somebody else. They never contacted us. They said, well, we didn't get back with it. No, we confirmed. We have it all in writing. It's up on the Catholic League website. No one is disputing it, not even the Oxford Mail newspaper in England. I congratulate them for being honest with me. It's very clear what happened. Either no one would debate me, this has happened to me before, or someone got to them and said, why are you giving Donahue a platform to defend the Catholic Church? Now, I thought that was about it. But now I'm here to tell you about the latest development. Boy, do I feel vindicated. What I'm going to tell you right now is rather incredible. What the Oxford Union has now done is that they are going to have a debate. It's going to be 3 against 2, which is quite interesting. 3 who hate the Catholic Church against 2 who supposedly defend the Catholic Church. Let me tell you whom they're bringing in. They're bringing in people on both sides who have no use for the Catholic Church. That's right. This is a phony, faux debate. It's a staged presentation. It'd be like saying, well, let's see now. They want to debate. The House says that the Catholic Church can never repay for all of its sins. That's what the motion is about. What if you had something like this? The House says that England can never pay for all of its sins against Irish Catholics. And you had on one side the IRA, the terrorist group, and they're going to debate the Sinn Féin, which is the political arm of the IRA. I guess that would be kind of a stacked debate. Well, guess what they're doing here? On the side going against the Catholic Church, they're bringing in Mitchell Garabedian. He's an attorney who was on record as saying just recently that the Catholic Church should lose its tax-exempt status. He didn't say that about any other religion. Here, a couple of years ago, he was called out by a reporter for the Boston Globe, not exactly a Catholic-friendly source, and they said, listen, you have disgraced yourself. A man whom you've gone after, Father Murphy, has been exonerated, and you've been hounding him for years. Do you have anything to say about it? He wouldn't say anything, so I called Garabedian. And I said, do you have any regrets now? This priest has been found not guilty, and you've been going after him several times. He blew up like a madman. He went berserk, screaming and yelling. He got so exercised by me just questioning him. He's one of the ones who has sued the Catholic Church before, including the Vatican. That's going to be on the anti-church side. Along with him is going to be a woman whom I don't know. She said that she was in the Magdalen Laundries. I hope somebody from the audience will ask her, has she ever read the McLeese Report? I have. The McLeese Report is the official Irish study of what happened to the Magdalen Laundries. Most of the horror stories are pure bunk. Not a single woman was ever sexually abused by any of the nuns, and their health was quite good. Are they going to mention that, or are they going to try and trot out some anecdote that's not even going to be contested? Then we have Thomas Riley on the anti-Catholic side. Thomas Riley is the former AG, Attorney General in Massachusetts. He at one time said he was going to take over the Catholic Church. He was going to determine the selection and the recruitment of the priests. Now, let me tell you something, people. There's corruption in Boston. There's corruption in every state. Could you imagine if the Boston Archdiocese said, we want to take over the hands of government and take over the administration of government throughout Massachusetts because you guys are corrupt? Wouldn't that be called a violation of separation of church and state? Wouldn't you be called a fascist? Now, why did Riley decide to go after so many Catholic priests when he knew that the statute of limitations had run out? In 2003, he couldn't find one priest to indict, and he knew it from the get-go. A colossal waste of money. Now, what's even better, I'm saving the best for last. On the pro-Catholic side, we have some guy who I never heard of, he's a psychiatrist. I'll let him pass. But I'll tell you this, we do have Marcy Hamilton. Marcy Hamilton is one of the most hateful persons in America today. She loathes the Catholic Church. She cut her teeth with Jeffrey Anderson, the Catholic champion of suing the church, who hates the church. This pro-Catholic, Marcy Hamilton, who's not even Catholic, has sued the Pope, has sued the Holy See. Of course, she's unsuccessful. She did that with Garabedian. She should be on that side. Now she did it with Anderson. You know about the Religious Freedom Restoration Act? It was signed by President Clinton back in the 1990s. It's a seminal legislation giving rights to religion. She's opposed to it. That's right. Marcy Hamilton is opposed to RFRA, the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. She's also a woman who has not only sued the church many times, she goes to anti-Catholic conferences and sits on panels with people like Garabedian, who's supposedly on the other side of this debate. This is a woman who does not believe that the public schools should have to pay the price for any past abuse. She wrote about it in one of her books in 2008. She has worked in Colorado and other states to make sure that we just go after the Catholic Church. Let's suspend the statute of limitations for the Catholic Church, but not for the public schools. In other words, we can look back to World War II. If somebody was abused by a priest in the Catholic Church and try and nail him, all these guys are basically dead, as you know, were thrown out of ministry. That doesn't matter to her. But she does not want the same rule applied to the public school. This is the woman who's on the pro-Catholic side. She's also amazing. Her hatred of the Catholic Church is palpable if you read it, anything I've said about her on our website. She's also lied about me, and I called her out just a few years ago. She said that I'm on the payroll of the Catholic bishops. The Catholic bishops don't pay me a nickel. She knows that. I confronted her. I told her she was a liar, and she refuses to respond. She's also said that the Catholic League is analogous to the Muslim thugs who were involved in the Danish cartoons, and that we think the way the imams do, knowing that we never promote or engage in violence. Indeed, we've always condemned violence. So this is the champion of the Catholic Church. Now, look, if you really want to take a look at an analogy, I would say this. Having Marcy Hamilton defend the Catholic Church at the Oxford Union is analogous to bringing in a supporter of the Ku Klux Klan to defend African Americans. Yes, it's just that absurd. This is a staged, phony debate. You know, people, when I debated Christopher Hitchens, who I had it out with many, many times, one thing I'll say about Christopher, which I can't say about these people, is that Christopher was honest. He didn't lie to me. These people are liars, they're cowards. No one will speak from the Oxford Union to the press. I am, and for the most part, the UK press have been pretty good to me and pretty fair. The reason I'm speaking is because I tell the truth. And the reason they're not speaking is because they're liars and they are censors. And thank you for this opportunity.